Hi, I'm Janey Bishop, a residential real estate broker here in the Los Angeles area. And this video is about the housing market statistics for Los Angeles and Ventura counties for properties that closed in February. So most of these would have gone under contract in January with a 30-day escrow to close in February. And as a reminder, in January, the interest rates had ticked up. They have since ticked down, not quite a half a point, but close. And the fires were going on in Los Angeles County. They started on January 7th and went for a few weeks or the better part of the month. So anyway, here are the statistics. So here are the statistics for closings in February. In Los Angeles County, the median price for single-family homes was just over $852,000. That compared to January closings, where the median price was $886,000. So that is a drop of almost 4% month to month. In February 2024, the median price was just over $817,000. So year to year, for the same month, we're up over 4%. The sales volume in Los Angeles County month to month increased almost 5%, but year to year, we fell just over 2%. I wouldn't be surprised that decrease could very well be due to the fires and so many things up in the air. In Ventura County, for February closings, the median price was $969,000 versus $875,000 for January. And last year, the median price was $890,000. So month to month, the median price increased almost 11%, and year to year is up almost 9%. The volume in Ventura County also increased in February over January and was up a little bit, just over 1% year to year. The other interesting thought about the fires in January is that not only was there so much uncertainty, but for buyers and sellers, there was also a whole lot of uncertainty about whether buyers would be able to get homeowners insurance. And you can't get a loan on a property without homeowners insurance. The other interesting thing is that buyers for condos and townhouses are having I didn't expect them to have such a hard time, but they are, because as a general rule, the community has the insurance for the structures and exterior portions, and the unit owners buy what's called, quote, walls in insurance. So it's from the drywall in. But the reason they're having trouble is because many of the communities, HOAs, have found their carriers increasing their rates significantly. And one of the main factors is that around the country, especially in Florida, there have been some very large claims for communities due to deferred maintenance. And especially those large communities near the ocean that had damage from the salt water and salt air. Anyway, so communities are finding their premiums increased significantly, and so some of them, to be able to keep their premiums manageable, that their current owners can afford it, they are increasing their deductibles or changing carriers. And some of the lenders for the new buyers are not pleased with those policies, so the buyers are having a little bit of trouble. In the San Fernando Valley in January, the inventory was 4.6 months, and in February it dropped to 4.3 months. Traditionally, it is considered a seller's market if there is less than 6 months of inventory. These numbers are a little bit higher than they have been for the last couple years, and I think that's partly why the median price dropped a little bit in Los Angeles County in the February closings. There is also another interesting phenomena going on, to me at least, and that is that in various geographies there is sort of a preferred price point. For example, here in the West Valley, the houses from 12 to 1600 square feet, the preferred price seems to be $950, and everything gets priced at $950 regardless of the condition of the property, any of the features of the property, the condition of the neighborhood. Everybody comes out at that price, and I don't quite get it, because when I list a property, I spend a fair amount of time considering all these features to figure out what really is the most likely and desirable price. I believe that some of it is that so many buyers and sellers are checking online sources like Redfin and Zillow, which these online sources aren't able to take in very specific information like, are you on a through street? Or I just saw a house that we had looked at a couple months ago that hadn't sold right away, and it had a very unusual layout, a not desirable layout, and I saw that it did just close, and then it came back on the market as a rental, which was very interesting. But anyway, back to the preferred points, price points. And the interesting thing to me was that at Thanksgiving, I had gone to see my dad and stepmother in the mountains of Arizona in a small town. And even there, which is the complete opposite of Los Angeles, there's a preferred price point. And we were talking about some of the neighbors' houses, and how could they all be at the same price in that area? The price is $650 when they're completely different and have completely different features. But that's what we're seeing, and I believe that's what's impacting seeing the change in number of houses that sell over asking and under asking. And that's because, I hate to say it, but some of them are just not priced correctly. And sellers and agents in a market where prices are settling down a little, not creeping up or jumping up as much as they had for the last 2 to 4 years. They're using historical data, and you have to be considering what's going on right now. So anyway, if you have any questions about the real estate market, if you'd like me to do a free valuation, I'm happy to do that. Or if you just want to talk about the market, I love that too. I hope you reach out to me.